So, a very good morning to Miss Patin. We are from Group 4. Today, we are talking about the topic, the role of social media in the spread of misinformation. So, my name is Chan Su Hua, and these are my group members, Hema, Lim Yu-en, Si Liu Yin, Teo Xin Yi, and Inga Heng. So, now let's start with the introductions.
Thank you, Suhua. My name is Ka Heng, and right now I'll be introducing you to this topic. So with this topic, we're going to introduce two things, the social media and misinformation. So for social media, it is an online platform that allows users to create, share, and interact with user-generated content made by other users around the world, which includes free speech as well. And another thing is the misinformation. It is a false and misleading claims of information, which was purposefully meant to spread to others widely to actually deceive them and cause mass panicking. And let's begin by asking this question, which is that are social media platforms responsible for the spread of misinformation? Next. So now we're going to take a look at both sides of the argument itself. So the first argument is that the social media is indeed responsible for the spread of misinformation. And one factor that is the social media argument is contributing to misinformation, which the social media algorithm is to set the rules that decide what content users are most likely going to see, which most usually these algorithms prioritize sensational and emotionally driven content, which can include like false information. Another thing is the lack of content moderation of social media plays a role in this as well. Although like platforms have a community guidelines, they sometimes fail to adequately monitor and remove misleading contents from their respective platforms. And another argument is that social media is not only responsible for the spread of social media, but there are also users who do that too. Some people argue that the users will hold responsibility for the spread of misinformation, which every user has the right to express their views, but they should also respect the rights of others to ensure that the content they share is accurate and factual. Moreover, the interest groups like conspiracy theorists and internet trolls, they're deliberately wanting to manipulate algorithms to spread their false misinformation widely to others to cause mass panicking and any other negative consequences. Next. Next, we're going to talk about these ethical and social implications of the spread of misinformation. And for the ethical implications, that the social media has a moral duty to prevent harm to its users, as misinformation can have real-life consequences, like, for example, the COVID-19 pandemic, which false information that lead to dangerous behaviors, such as false remedies and so on. And then the fight for the spread of misinformation is not just for the platforms to do, but also the users and governments will have to involve in this as well. And social media platforms should provide better tools to flag misinformation, while users will have to verify their contents before sharing and consuming them. And governments must step in with the regulations like fines to enforce accountability. Another thing is the social implications, which misinformation that contributes to the formation of echo chambers, which the echo chamber means that the individuals only see the contents that reinforces their beliefs, that students their beliefs, leading them to political and social polarization. And this leads to societal fragmentation and growing distrust of public institutions, such as governments and companies as well. And then my last part is the government intervention, which raises an important point that leaving content filtering to the discretion of social media platforms is risky, which led to discussions about like whether or not the government should step in with its stricter regulations to prevent the spread of misinformation, which this government intervention shapes the future of digital governance. It is a debate of the balance between regulation and freedom of the users. and it is one that we're likely to see continue to evolve. And that is all for my part. I'll pass it to Suha for the case one.
So my name is Shuhua. I will talk about the COVID-19 misinformation for case 1. In January 2021, Malaysia experienced a significant surge in COVID-19 infections, peaking at 6,000 daily cases. This sharp rise led the government to declare a state of emergency, creating emergency power while suspending the parliament. By March, daily cases had dropped to around 1,647, and during this time, the government introduced an anti-fake news law to address the misinformations. A key incident involved false claims circulating on social media is about the alleging that teacher had died from the COVID-19 vaccines. This prompts Swiss government action with the Health Minister ordering report to be filed with the authorities. In addition to vaccine-related misinformation, other false stories circulate including claims of COVID-19 outbreak in banks and supermarkets and a fake news about the movement control order in Terengganu, further fueling the confusion and panic. Social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter play a major role in spreading COVID-19 misinformation. Myths about the virus origin and ineffective treatment, such as Hofbach, were widely shared, undermining public health efforts. The World Health Organization (WHO) responded by producing fact-based infographics to debunk the false claims. But the decentralized nature of social media made controlling misinformation challenging, despite efforts to promote the accurate information. The rapid spread of the false narrative continued to complicate the public understanding of the virus and its prevention. So I will pass to Xing Yi.
Thank you, Suwa. I'm Singi. Now I want to talk about the impact of spread misinformation on social media. The first major impact of misinformation is the erosion of trust. Misinformation severely undermines public trust in essential institutions such as government, health organizations, and the media. These institutions play a critical role in managing crises, but when they lose credibility, it becomes increasingly difficult for them to effectively communicate with the public. Take the COVID-19 pandemic, for example. As false information spread, people began doubting the guidance provided by health experts. This loss of trust opened the door for dangerous ideas to flourish, making it even harder to enforce necessary measures like social distancing, mask wearing, and vaccination. When trust is lost, people become far more susceptible to falsehood, further eroding society's ability to respond to crises. Second, misinformation poses serious public health risks. False claims about remedies or preventive measures can lead individuals to engage in harmful behavior. We saw countless examples during the COVID-19 pandemic with claims about unproven treatments like certain medications or home remedies. They not only mislead the public but often causes more harm than good. This misinformation hindered the public acceptance of vaccine and other science-backed measures. When people rely on fake clothes or mice instead of trusting medical advice, it complicated effort to control disease and protect public health. This delay in adopting proper health practice can have daily consequences. Third, the psychological impact of misinformation is significant. During times of fear and uncertainty, like a global pandemic, people are naturally searching for answers and solutions. This makes them especially vulnerable to believing in conspiracy theory or false causes that offer a sense of comfort or control. The reality is often complex and scary, so it's easy to fall for a simple explanation that seems to provide hope. This false hope gives people a false sense of control over an otherwise seem to provide the otherwise controllable situation, but in the end they only contribute to confusion and anxiety. This is why it's important to ensure people have access to accurate information during times of crisis. Lastly, social media play a pivotal role in amplifying misinformation. The algorithms that power platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are designed to prioritize content that grabs attention, and unfortunately, misinformation is often sensational and easily shareable. Because of this, fake news can spread much faster than factual information, reaching millions before accurate updates even have a chance to gain traction. Social media platforms enable this rapid spread by allowing misinformation to go viral, fueling confusion and mistrust among large audiences. This is particularly harmful because people tend to trust information shared by friends and family even if it are inaccurate. The ease of sharing allows me information to snowball into a messy problem. Next. For effective approach to combat COVID-19 misinformation, COVID-19 misinformation was a major challenge during the pandemic, and addressing it required a range of strategies. Key efforts included WHO Stop the Spread campaign, which focus on educating the public, verify information before sharing, and the reporting misinformation campaigns that guide users on how flag false content on social media. A fun approach was the Go Viral game, which helped people understand how misinformation spread. To effectively fight false information, it's essential to improve media literacy, especially teaching people to critical assess news. Quick action to debunk false claims is also vital to stop misinformation in its tracks. Finally, strengthen collaboration between social media platforms and government ensure a more coordinated response to this issue. But we need balance. This measure should protect people without clubbing fish big next.
So I am Shuhua. I will continue to talk about the evidence and support for case 1. So the claim that only 17,000 people in England and Wales have died due to the COVID-19 has been widely circulated, but it is misleading. According to the Office for National Statistics or NS, the true death toll exceeds 114,000 when including death where COVID-19 was the underlying cause. Many of those who die have pre-existing conditions, but COVID-19 was still the main factor leading to their death. For instance, Glenn Fowler, who had type 2 diabetes, died from complications related to the COVID-19, highlighting that underlying health issues do not negate the severity of the virus. The misinterpretation stems from a misunderstanding of how death certificates are recorded, with the focus on narrow definition that ignore the broader picture of the virus impact. The misinformation has been spread by the prominent figures such as former activists and retired professionals, further amplifying the confusions. Ultimately, the claim that only 17,000 deaths should be recognized is inaccurate, and it overlooked the complex reality of COVID-19 effect. Clear and accurate public health communication is essential to counteract such misinformation. That's all from my part. I will pass to Liu.
Thank you, Shuha. I'm Liu Yin. Now let's discuss about case 2. For case 2, Li Zhijia, a prominent Malaysian badminton player, faced intense backlash after his decision to leave the Badminton Association of Malaysia (BAM) and pursue an independent career in 2022. This decision was followed by harsh criticism, not just from the media, but also from social media users across platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. His resignation sparked numerous rumors and unfounded accusations, with some people suggesting that his departure was driven by greed and arrogance. Some even claimed that his parents were involved in these decisions, aiming to maximize his marketing potential. Next, here are a few examples of what was said about him online. One user called him the arrogant one and said got what he deserved. Another commented that Li Zhijia has crossed the river and destroyed the bridge, implying his decision was selfishness. Additionally, there were comments suggesting that Li Zhijia or his parents was swayed by money. Next, the role of social media in this case cannot be overstated. Social media platforms acted as breeding grounds for rumors and misinformation about Li Zhijia. This misinformation polarized public opinion, splitting people into two groups, which is those who criticized him for being arrogant and those who supported his decision to leave BAM. Misinformation often taps into emotions like fear and anger, and this case was no different. Many of critics Li Zhijia faced were emotionally charged, accusing him of selfishness and disrespecting the legacy of badminton in Malaysia. This constant exposure to negative opinions and rumors to put him under emotional pressure. Before we go any further, let's watch a video.
I just told myself that jangan give up sampai I've came to this far and I mean abang tahu apa yang saya berlaku. Every morning saya wake up nampak macam-macam news apa pasal nama saya and I was more wondering that apa yang saya buat salah. I just wake up every morning showing up for the training diam-diam saja. I mean I don't know what happened to especially to the media or what, and I just told myself that I will keep silent no matter how they humiliate me and cakap apa-apa tentang saya keep silent because I know that I will prove to them. Walaupun ini hanya bronze medalist saja, but this is a starting for me. Definitely I will come back stronger in the LA and I will get that gold.
小红书
As we can see, the impact of this misinformation went beyond just online chatter. His reputation took a serious hit, potentially impacting his future career prospects. Some users even speculated that his image as arrogant or greedy could cause him to lose sponsorships and other opportunities. In fact, he has spoken openly about the emotional toll this took on him. Referring to these moments as dark days, he wondered aloud, what have I done wrong, as he woke up every day to negative headlines. So, the spread of false information not only impacted his public image, but also had real consequences on his mental health and career trajectory. That's all for my part. I'll pass the presentation to Hema.
Thank you, Liu Ying. My name is Hema Prabhakaran. Next, I'm going to highlight the effective approaches to addressing the misinformation of Li Zhijia on social media. First approach is promoting authenticity and proactive communication. Li Zhijia and his team can tackle misinformation by communicating directly with the public through his official social media channels. By providing regular updates on his career and achievements and addressing rumors through concise statements, interviews, and video messages, Li Zhijia can clear up false information quickly and build confidence among his fans. Next approach is collaborating with social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter allows the public to report fake news about Li Zhijie, which can be removed. By integrating with social media algorithms and reporting systems, Lizia's team can reduce the spread of misinformation and protect his reputation. Third approach is investing in public relations, which is PR, helps manage Lizia's reputation by monitoring social networks and responding to false information with the truth. PR specialists ensure that fake news are corrected quickly and protecting Lizia's image. Last approach is legal action against defamatory misinformation will protect Lizia's reputation by setting a legal standard and discouraging others from spreading false allegations. These techniques assures Lizia's reputation is secure from inappropriate content in the future. That's all for my part. Next, I pass to you.
Thank you, Hema and Yuan. Let's start by reviewing the evidence and support surrounding Lizia case. Lizia resigned to pursue an independent career, a decision confirmed by credible media sources. However, once the news broke, misinformation spread rapidly on social media, with claims of arrogance and greed circulating among the public. Research by Wells and Bergstrom explain how emotionally charged content on platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram fuels the rapid spread of false narratives. Similarly, research by Wasohi found that misinformation travels faster than the truth, especially when emotions are involved. In Lizia's case, these false narratives significantly shift negative public perception and question his marketability. A comparable situation occurred with Simon Biles during the 2020 Olympics, where false accusations online damaged her reputation. Despite her clear explanation regarding her withdrawal due to mental health concerns, misleading narrative persisted. Both cases highlight how misinformation can shape public opinion and ultimately harm athletes' careers. That's all for our presentation. Thank you. This is our reference